is a beautiful mess. A beautiful mess, yeah. Life is a beautiful mess. A beautiful mess, yes. Life is a beautiful mess. A beautiful mess. I'm trying, I'm crying, I feel like I'm dying. I'm doing my best.
All right, welcome back to Being Human and Other Shit. I'm Melissa, and this is my baby. And today we are on the ancestral homeland of the Nisenan people. We acknowledge them as the past, present, and future caretakers of this land. And today is a very special episode. I'm going to let Staci explain it because this is her little baby. So.
This is my love child. Also, we have been drinking a little for this episode.
Cheers.
We're a little turnt, as the cup says. Thank you, Bridget. I am super excited about this episode. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and we thought the 15th episode is the best episode. Been literally pressuring people on Instagram for like at least 2 weeks now to send us questions.
So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
everybody.
thank you to everybody that sent questions. Honestly, there's like a couple people that I think sent a decent amount of questions. Multiple. So yeah, so thank you so much. So what we did, had a couple cocktails, ate some pizza, put all the questions in a bowl, and we are going to try to answer all of them. I think that we can do it and still keep it under an hour and a half because some of them are pretty like short answers. So I'm gonna let Melissa be the first question. We're gonna get right into the shit. Some of this might get raunchy. I apologize in advance to my family if there's like clit talk, masturbation talk, pee-pee talk. I don't know.
I won't talk about any of that.
I will.
I absolutely will. Hey, 15.
15!
And thank you, Joey, for sending us beer and gummy bears.
And Chanel. Yes.
And Chanel and Enzo and Evan. Okay. All right. Who cut this? Your student?
It already started. We've only had a couple of cocktails.
All right. Okay. What is the most important thing you've learned from a guest so far?
Ooh, shit. That's a really good question.
Are we both answering them?
Yep.
Okay.
We're not going one for one. Most important shit. I will be honest. I already know my answer. The most important thing I have learned from a guest so far is to be great. Have gratitude every day that you wake up healthy. From the episode that we just recorded. Okay. And from Marcus's episode. Okay, by the way, this is our January 5th episode, 2022. So we're going into the new year with some bomb-ass questions and some new shit.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Alrighty, so I would say something that stands out for me would be Adriana's episode, just like with her compassion for her parents. Mm-hmm. And I think that obviously when we are doing our, on our own healing journeys, the compassion piece for everybody around us is super important. So I think that, and then I'll just leave it at Adriana. I think that just having compassion overall for our parents is super important.
That's such a hard question too, because while you're talking, I'm thinking of 50 other things.
I know. Okay.
Oh God. When you're old, what do you think children will ask you to tell stories about?
You? TikTok?
TikTok sponsor us.
I'm going to need you to teach me about TikTok today. What do you think? What's your answer?
I think that my children will ask stories about my dad and my mom. First of all, I don't want kids, but if I ever did, I think my dad, I feel like with my family, I really try to talk to my niece about my dad a lot. So I think about my dad, my mom, and then honestly, I make fun of my cousin Sierra for this all the time because a lot of people don't know this, but my best friend in high school married my cousin Jeff. And we were ratchet. We were so ratchet. And I always say, like, whenever she tries to give me shit, I'm like, say one more word, bitch. And I'm about to go into your daughter's room, who are teenagers, and tell them the shit we used to do. And she's like, please don't. So I feel like I'll get that back.
Yeah. I love it. All right.
Wait, you have to answer.
I did already. TikTok.
Oh, that's your real answer?
Okay. What was the question? What people...
When you're old, like, what do you think your children will ask you about? Like, what stories?
It'll have to be my nieces and nephews because I don't know that I'm having children.
Yeah, we're both like, fuck them kids.
Somebody comes into my life. I'm open to it, but I don't know. I really don't know. I think that the pandemic is going to be something that comes up.
I didn't even think about that.
So I'm going to go with that answer. the pandemic.
Okay.
How was it living through the pandemic?
It was fabulous. I was at work.
I'm gonna go.
I was at home.
Who the fuck cut these for real? Like, this is a sword.
Just ask the damn question.
What are your short / long-term goals for the pod? Oh, we're calling it the pod now.
Short-term goals.
Hopefully we're aligned on this. So
yeah, my short-term goals are honestly, I feel like what we've been doing this far is exactly what we envisioned. We recently made a mission statement, so like keeping with that is always, I think, a short and a long-term goal. And I think long-term goal, it would be nice if we could make a little cheddar cheese, but also still stay aligned, you know, with what we want. I don't want to be somebody that, like, if we ever to make a profit, get away from what our purpose is, which is to educate ourselves and educate people around us.
continue building community. That's a huge thing for us.
Yeah.
So I think same for me. Short-term goal would be just continuing to hear these amazing stories and destigmatize these freaking taboo topics that shouldn't be taboo. These stigmas that exist around us that are stupid. So I think that would be it. And then long-term, I would love to like be able to do live episodes to where we can interact like in person with people,
because we're so good at live.
Yeah, we're great at it. And I think another thing is like really doing more community events and branching out. And I know that that's something we were talking about for 2022. So
yeah, stay tuned. I
think that just feeding that vision that we have is going to be important long term.
Okay, perfect. My pick. Oh, shit. What advice would you give your 13-year-old self?
Don't give up the V.
Damn.
I mean, I would like to say I'm joking about that, but I was 14 when I lost my virginity, so.
Which is honestly such a common age.
Really? That seems so young.
Dude,
I felt so young.
90% of the hoes at Lodi High were giving it up at that age.
Thank you. You made me feel a little bit better about my life. But my 13-year-old self, I would say, one, there's more out there. And I would say that doesn't mean, like, having sex with somebody doesn't mean that you love them or they love you anymore.
Okay. I would give my 13-year-old self, mine's going to be super intense, but I would say life gets better. Like, keep holding on. Don't feel like it's not going to get better. Stop stealing from Target.
Fuck.
And do not use box dye to bleach your hair, bitch. Unless you want that Mexican blonde, don't do it. That's what I would tell my 13-year-old self.
I love stop stealing from Target. You stole from Target?
Oh, girl.
Oh, I was too fucking scared to do it.
Sorry, Target, but a bitch was trying to live, okay?
Was that me or you?
Go ahead. Let's make a shit show by the end.
Oh, I think you started cutting this one. Where would you live if you could live anywhere in the world?
I love this question. Amsterdam. I love Amsterdam. Not even I hate even actually saying that, because so many people, when you say, they're like, oh, because you like to smoke weed. It's like, dude, I've been to Amsterdam 3 times. The weed's better in California. I love Amsterdam because it's.
Do you get your weed from California?
And my peaches.
Your peaches.
It's a super easy town to get around. Like, it's so easy to get around. The people are friendly. I mean, unless they're trying to run you over with a bike. There's culture. There's art. Like, food's okay, but it's easy to travel to other countries. I love Amsterdam. That's my number one place of anywhere I've ever traveled. I would live there.
Where would I live?
I mean, I'm going to hope you're not going to say Lodi.
I don't even think I'm going to live in Lodi next year. No offense, Lodians that are listening to this. I don't know. Like, when I think about it, probably like India or somewhere super spiritual. But like realistically, like probably like Canada or somewhere, because they're also spiritual, and we've partied with some Canadians.
And we're going next year.
And yes, we are. And they're just good people, and it's very spiritual out there too. But India would probably be first choice. Reality. Canada's closer to my family and stuff, so I
feel like talk to my brother about India. Talk to Vince about India. He went for 10 days a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, sorry about my sports bra showing. Trying to look cute, but also half of a lesbian. Is it my turn?
Half of a lesbian. Cheers, babe. Yeah, it's your turn.
Thanks for sending us the alcohol, Joey Janelle. People are gonna be like, why do we get on here to watch these bitches get hammered?
And answer questions. You guys are stupid.
What are you the most surprised with since starting the podcast?
Surprised with? Dead air. I'm not really like surprised. I guess I'm surprised that people want to hear what we have to say. I'm gonna go with that.
I'm surprised that people get offended by what I say.
Well,
I know, but I'm surprised.
I'm kidding.
Because for me, it's
Who
like...
gets offended? Nobody gets offended.
I mean, I've literally had people stop talking to me because I'm assuming things I've said. So yes, I am so surprised that people are like... People who actually know me as a human being have gotten offended like I am talking about them. So for me, I'm like...
Oh, I got you.
Yes.
Like, assuming that something you're talking about.
Yes. Like, is this reality? So I'm surprised about that. Anybody that's like taking what I'm saying and like applying it to their lives, I'm talking about me. This is your disclaimer. I'm talking about myself. So that's been the thing that's surprised me the most.
Yeah, me is just I'm grateful that people want to listen and are super supportive of what we're doing, and I can't get over these. All right. What really needs to be modernized?
Oh shit. That's a really good question because I don't even know.
I do.
What? Go.
Our United States government.
Oh, well, shit. Yeah, duh. Okay, done. Dropping the mic. That's
Okay,
that question.
carry on.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a great question. Who do you look up to the most, and what qualities do you love about that person? That's like a triple-sided question for me.
That's hard to say. I don't know who I look up to the most. Like, that's heavy. I think that there are a lot of people that are in my life and a lot of people that I admire either through social media or, you know, outside of my unit that I admire. And I think that just in general, the traits that I admire is authenticity, like pure kindness, when people can like give that unconditional love, which we've talked about a lot. Those are the things that are important to me, like true kindness, like when you're doing something because it's in your soul and your heart.
Okay, growing up, who did you look up to the most?
I don't know. I would say even now, like I would say my mom. She's super resilient, super kind.
She's the best.
Yeah. Like if I had to pick someone right this second, like she's been through, and which we're gonna get our moms on here because they both have some really good stories. But
might be just mom, but
we're gonna get our moms, Denise, on here. And yeah, I mean, she's super resilient and has gone through a lot. So
yeah, I don't know. I think the same. Like, I can't say who I look up to the most because I could think of literally everybody in this room.
I was gonna say like all of our little like
including
unit.
Gregory, who's a total waste of space. But there's, I mean, I don't think that there's anybody in my direct life that I don't look up to. It like currently, you know, obviously, like all my siblings, even if I'm like fuck them sometimes. There's literally qualities in every single one of them that I admire so much.
Yeah.
And I think that they always, what's really sweet is they always give me a lot of praise because I'm like an organizer, but they don't realize like I admire them from afar for so many things, you know? My grandma was who I really looked up to growing up because she was like my safe space, but my mom's been through everything and handled it. So that's a big question because there's my cousin Joey, who's always been my whole life has been like my person. He's been my person. He's like,
hey Joey, that was a real smooth move sending us alcohol right before this episode.
That son of a bitch.
You're gonna probably be answers to a lot of these little questions.
Yeah, real talk. Okay, was that me or you?
That was you. Let's see. What does a perfect date night look like to you?
Oh my gosh, my cousin Sissy sent this. She's such a romantic. Also with the cutest relationship though. I love spending time with her and her family.
Don't judge our perfect date night, okay?
My perfect date night, I think I said this like years ago on Facebook and I still stand by it. I want to just meet somebody that can like hang out with me in my pajamas on the first date.
Dude, this was like something very much that was in my head right now when I read that, which was being super cozy. Were you done with your perfect date?
Yep.
First of all?
Let's just
pajamas.
Be cozy.
Sit on the couch. I would want like, depending on the weather, but let's pretend like it's perfect weather because it's a perfect date night. Go out on the patio. You got some like sparkly lights going, and you're in cozy ass clothes, no makeup, no nothing, just cozy.
Laughing like crazy.
You got some red wine and just like snacky stuff like charcuterie boards or something. I don't know.
Yep.
Vegan.
Yep. So lots of cauliflower.
Lots of cauliflower.
Okay, this is a direct question, and I love this. I was like waiting to pick this. So it says, Staci, can you share your favorite story of my Theo art? This is from my cousin Kid Chris.
I'll go first. Just kidding.
He also sent in the question, when are we going to drink that whiskey? Because we have bet on the last 3 seasons probably of he's a Rams fan and I'm a Bears fan. And of course we always fucking lose, but every year I just like pain. So we'll drink that whiskey soon. My favorite, I have 2 stories about Art that I love. Art was my mom's partner for 7+ years. Left us way too soon, gave me a beautiful family that I love. Brothers I love, sister-in-laws, cousins, everybody I love. So my favorite story is, I tell this all the time to everybody that knows me, is my mom and I had kind of a falling out, something I talked about on a previous episode about me coming out. She had a hard time with it. He called me. He did not live here at the time. He lived in Idaho, I believe. And he called me almost every single day and left me a message if I didn't answer, to try to get my mom and I to like come together and reconnect, because he I'm sure was just hearing it from my mom. He was the one hearing her cry and be upset and wanted us to be cool. And I remember just thinking, like, when I first met him, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Yeah. Who's this fucking, I can't even understand half the shit he says. Did
your mom live in Idaho with him?
No, she almost moved, and I was like, bitch, I'll kidnap you. So that's one of my favorite stories. He did not give up. He was our literal joke was like, he loved to show up at people's houses. She has a type, like my dad. And he would be like, I could hear you breathing. I'd be like, get away from my house. Because I was like, I hate when people pop up on me. So that I love about him. And then when I was with Robert, my first ex, we were maybe together the first year of their relationship. And my ex is super smart, good at chess. And Art came in, this truck driver with a foul mouth, drinking Budweisers. Like, I'm sure Robert probably was like, easy, beat him at chess. And was like, mic drop, bye. That's my favorite probably story of Art. Like, came in, beat Robert at chess, and like mic dropped and was like, see ya.
I love that.
Yeah. That's so sweet. Chris, those are my favorite stories. Thank you for always being a listener and supporter. We love you.
How do you recharge, Stace?
Oh, I lay my ass on the couch for 12+ hours.
Plug in to that couch?
Literally, in that 12 hours, I probably read, get online and like catch up on whatever I need to catch up on, and watch think of the worst reality TV you can think of. I watch it. And it's the best to me. Call my family. That's it.
I'm quiet. I like quiet. I like to be definitely alone when I'm recharging.
Period.
I would say maybe a little meditation, little like calm music kind of stuff, but
10 days
like,
of silence, whatever.
However you like to recharge. But quietness. Like I don't recharge with other people.
Same.
They drain me. Y'all drain me.
The beautiful thing about Kate being my life partner is that she's not here half the time. She works nights and I work days. And it's the best relationship I've ever been in. I literally was thinking that the other day. I told her, I said, I was laying on this couch and you were in your room. It was on her day off. I said, and I was on the couch and I thought, if I can't find a relationship just like this, I'm going to be single forever. Like, you're in your room and I'm in the living room and we're doing our own thing.
It's nice to like, because you can feel someone's energy in your house, but then to like not have to deal with them.
Yeah, we were so like content and happy. And then she came out here and made us a beautiful dinner. It was the best day of my life.
You're the best wife ever, Kate.
She literally is the best wife ever. Okay.
Are you looking for a third?
She'd probably be into it. Okay. Oh gosh, this is terrifying. What part of a kid's movie completely scarred you? I know mine, dude. I know Chanel's going to relate to this.
A kid's movie that scarred me?
Yes. I don't even know if this is actually a kid's movie, so I think I have 2. You want me to go?
Yeah, I have no clue.
Okay, so first one is Thomas J dying in My Girl.
Dude, that was the first thing that came to my head, but I was like, that's kind of like also I guess that was like a sad.
I mean, I watched it as a child.
Yeah.
And then the second one
Thomas
is
J.
when Scar killed Mufasa in the Lion King.
Oh yeah, those were both scarring.
Yeah,
Can
like,
I just
fuck you.
can we just share those two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Your turn.
But My Girl is a movie that I would
He can't
watch
see without his glasses.
on repeat and
Yeah.
cry every single time. What's your biggest fear?
Ooh, losing my family. Always. Losing one of my siblings specifically. That's definitely my biggest fear. It was losing my grandma and losing my siblings. So, I mean, she was old, so that was bound to happen, but yeah, that's terrifying for me.
That's mine. I would say until recently, like, death was pretty scary. But after everything with my aunt, I think that, like, being there, holding her hand as she passed, like, there was something really beautiful about that moment. So, like, death itself isn't super scary. I think the piece that I would be fearful of is, like, leaving the world without, like, feeling like I made some sort of an impact.
You're so noble.
Was that noble? I would want to, like, make some sort of like, when I'm gone, people are gonna, like, notice I'm gone. Besides, like, you.
Jeannie and I are very upset.
You're just going to do this podcast with an empty chair and a mic right here.
Oh, this is how I cope, guys. Okay.
She's still here.
I swear. Who really did cut these? Like, cut. There's enough.
That's part of another question. I guess if something feels unfinished, that's what it is.
Okay, how do I cope with uncomfortable feelings now versus 5 years ago? 5 years ago for me was 35. Yeah.
Now, I would say 5 years ago, run. Like, how do I get the hell out of here, distract myself, you know, and just get out of whatever's making me feel uncomfortable. Now, I mean, it could have been my little retreat. I don't know, but I can sit with it a little bit more and, like, observe. And I think just try and, like, work through it and not try and, like, suffocate it. Okay. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like the same, but I feel like maybe not 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I feel like I was at the bottom of a bottle for sure. 5 years ago, I think I was getting better, and
I'm about to be at the bottom of a bottle.
I know we're about to refill. I feel like how I cope is solitude, being alone, not like communicating to my family who I talk to, all of them for the most part. I talk to my mom at least 5 times a day. Sometimes one of my brothers at least once, my sister a couple times a week. But I feel like even with them, I'll say, like, I just, I need time. So just trying to be alone and process and not being out. Because I feel like for me, if I'm feeling some type of way, my first reaction is always anger. That's still, like, no matter how much I've learned not to react that way, that's going to always be my first reaction. So I know my triggers and to stay alone and process and go through my little routine and then be able to, like, hit it head on.
You're noble.
I know. Should we refill?
Oh, sure.
Pause, guys. I'm drinking Templeton Rye. Oh, you didn't have to actually pause. I was just...
No, it's not actually paused.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, now you're talking, so it has to be actually paused. I guess I'll be cutting that.
I know you had it here. You said pause.
No, my bad.
Carry on. Is it?
Yeah, that's you. No, you're fine.
Next. How's dating going?
This is a question I was waiting for.
How's dating going, Stace?
Dating's going great because I'm detached.
Okay. Tell us about this detached dating.
So I literally called Melissa the other day and told her about a situation I had with a dude that I had been...
Your sweater looks super cozy. It's like, hello, can I get in there?
Get in there. Don't touch my sports bro. I'm a soccer player. I told her about this dude that I had been texting for like a week that I was like, he's cool, right? Like he seems cool. He was talking shit back to me, which is like, dude, if you want to like me, talk shit to me. It's the best. I don't know. So
you all hear that?
Yeah, we were joking around. It was great. And had a plan, and then it was very like after the plan didn't happen, it was like willy-nilly, and I was like, I don't care. That's detached dating. You just You don't invest fully in anybody until somebody is reciprocating the energy on text, on calls, physically in person. And then if not, it's like, okay, bye, on to the next. I mean, I've got 7 dudes I'm talking, or 7 people, not all men, that I'm talking to. And whoever I'm vibing with the most.
Get it.
But you know what I mean? It's not, it's just like, if I'm vibing with you and you're matching my energy as far as like, let's meet up and see if we're going to be friends, or, you know, the other branches, like, we'll figure it out. But if we don't ever meet up, I don't really give a shit. It's attached dating. What about you? Let's hear about you.
How's dating going for me? You're just putting me on blast. I'm not dating, okay? And Staci's getting on me for not dating. I'm interested in dating, by the way.
Hey, bigger question. Is this uncomfortable to have this conversation right now?
Not at all.
Okay, good. Jeannie's here.
Girl, it's been a long time.
Jeannie's my ex, and she's the behind the scenes.
And I've been dating.
That's true.
And she done been dating.
Yeah.
I haven't started dating yet. Not that I don't want to. I've just been, I feel like, busy working on
prioritizing
myself
everything else
and everything else. But I am open to dating. So anyone out there that...
Holla at you, girl. Okay.
And I'm open to what ifs.
Dude, hey, let's follow this up with... I stripped it. Have you guys ever fucked?
Me and you? I mean, you're bangable, babe.
Hey, not yet.
Let me
Wait
get
till we
up
turn
in-
these
let me
mics
get
off.
into that sweater. Let me get into that sweater. No, we have not. But
No, and we will not. We're homies.
Yep.
Everybody always asks me, I actually have to tell this story. So everybody always asks me about you, and everybody always asks me about our friend. You know what I'm talking about? Our male friend?
Yep.
Yes. On Friday, I had him with me at our Christmas party, and he was like, dude, your friends need to stop trying to put their tongue in the Kool-Aid when they don't know the flavor. And at first I was like, what? Okay. He's like, I had at least someone's husband and one of your other coworkers trying to proposition me like, why aren't you dating? She's like attractive and she's cool and like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
That's
listen,
why she's my friend.
yeah, moral of the story, love that my coworkers think I'm cool. But like,
You can have friends.
we're
as well.
homies. We're homies. I was actually, he's like, you're over here like trying to hook me up with somebody else, and they're trying to hook me up with you. And I was like, and I didn't know because I was out of my mind.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, no, we have not.
Yet. What social stigma does society need to get over?
Damn, I don't even know. I think you need to go first on that one. Let me just
social-
piggyback
I
off your
would-
intelligence.
I mean, I would just, my intelligence. I would just say like, it always goes back to like mental health for me, because I think that's still like such a huge stigma that people are embarrassed to talk about. They have a lot of shame associated with it. And then like if someone's like bipolar, or if someone has any type of anxiety or depression, it's like
Yep.
there's such a stigma around it. It's like we need to just get over that.
Well, I also love that you're saying that, because I do think, and listen, I'm not going to sit up here on my soapbox and pretend like the homelessness, you know, the homeless crisis that's been going on.
How many times have we talked about this?
Since
That's like-
COVID is not annoying as fuck for me as well, right?
Yeah.
Like I live in a street where like I'll walk onto my front, literally like my friend Beth and I laugh about this, because there's been times I've walked out of my front door and there's like a pile of human shit on my porch. You know what I mean? And of course,
Just scoop it up.
I mean, I just spray the shit out of it with a hose in bleach.
Okay.
But you know, like, yes, it's annoying and it's frustrating to like want to try to get to my passenger side door and there's a tent popped up. I get what everybody, especially in California, talks about. But at the same time, as somebody who has had a family member, my brother specifically, who has been homeless twice, and then now be medicated and doing well in life, like same, the mental health thing, I don't give excuses to anybody. You know, I think anybody who like hears me talking is like, she's making excuses for, no, I'm the most straight to the point bitch of all, you know what I mean? So
I know you are.
I don't have an issue telling an asshole to fuck off, period, homeless or not. But I think that the people need to look at the bigger picture and see, like, California is challenging to try to live in as like an educator. I'm a very educated person and I make decent money for a teacher, and I still have a roommate. You know what I mean? I've owned a home before, but I also bought it when the recession happened, and I bought it for dirt cheap.
Yeah.
So it's like when you think about like the cost of living in California, of course we have a high homeless population. Not everybody has a great and amazing mom like I have.
Yeah.
That's gonna allow
Or
her
family
kids.
members or people that are even around them. Like some people literally have nobody.
No one, and then they fall into like drugs or whatever else. And I will tell you, as somebody who has had family members that are on drugs and whatever issues they've had, like the resources, yes, they're out there, but do you understand how hard it is to get those resources?
Yeah.
It's not a phone call and then you're like, sick, I'm getting counseling Wednesday. No, I mean,
pick me up. Like
Yeah.
people have to walk. Sometimes they don't have any transportation, anything, any means to get where they need to go, and it's not just like wherever they're at.
Yep. And I see so many people just write those people off in public.
Yeah.
Like they're whatever.
they're
yeah,
less than.
Of course, like being in this area, like there's been homeless people that I've seen and I've had leftovers and try to give it to them. They're like, nah. I'm like, okay, fuck you then. I literally went to Starbucks.
They're like, is that caviar?
Yeah, no. I went to Starbucks on Sunday to get Kate and I. She like took care of me on Saturday.
Your wife?
Yeah, my wife. So I was like, I'm gonna get us a coffee and a bagel. And dude was standing outside of Starbucks, and I was like, he was like, can you give me some cash? And I was like, no, but I can get you. Are you hungry? I'll get you a breakfast sandwich. He's like, I'm good. And I was like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think another thing of it. For me, I was like, I'll feed you, but I'm not gonna give you money.
Yeah.
You know, and I think people just take it so far. I see a lot of like that super negative banter on Facebook. I always say Facebook because I feel like that's where like the old people who want to complain are.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, dude, just come on. There's, especially after a pandemic, there's so many people that are like on the outs.
And we're still in the pandemic. Like that's what people aren't understanding. There's still a lot of people without jobs. There's still a lot of people
I'm a
without
special
opportunity.
education teacher. There's a huge need for that in California. And I actually called my mom at one point and was like, I'm not tenured yet at my public school. Should I be worried? Like I was nervous.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, am I gonna have to move back in with my mom? Like she don't got no room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to live in the garage.
I mean, pop a tent in the front.
Okay. Papa
Okay.
tent, Papa titty. Please. What's wrong with us? Okay, who's turn is
I don't know.
I think
I'll
it's
just go.
yours.
What the f- is going on here? Favorite thing about your first job?
Oh shit,
What was your first job?
Okay, so
I don't think I've ever asked you what your first job was.
my technical first job was Long
Hooking?
John's. Well, yeah. No, I was an
Long John
older
Silver?
version. For a month. I don't even count it as my first job.
You did Hush Puppies?
Sierra's cousin Dita got me a job at Long John Silver's. I worked there for a month. I was stoked because this is a little fact about me. My favorite fast food place is Long John Silver's. Has been my entire life. It's Long John Silver's, Arby's, and then McDonald's. There's a rank. Okay, 5 for 5.
I've never seen you eat at any of those
Because I don't eat.
places.
I try not to eat fast food. I shit, my ass is thick enough. But Long John Silver's, dude, the fucking chicken and then the little. Do you know what crumbs are?
I
It's
feel
like
like
all
you
the little
told
batter.
me before.
I'm obsessed.
Is it from the Hush Puppies or like French fries or
No,
something?
it's like they take the batter, they dip the chicken to the fish in, and they put it in the grease, and it makes these little crumbs. If you're a real Long John Silver's fan, you know you douse that shit in vinegar. Anyway, I worked there for a month. I was like, fuck
Wait,
this.
you can just order just those?
Yeah, I'll be like, can I get a...
Hey, by the way, Long John Silver is good for you for capitalizing on your trash that people are tossing.
straight garbage? And I'm like, can I get all that? I worked there for a
Can I
month.
get 2 orders of garbage? please?
I will also say, people I think assume because it's like a fried place. And remember the one in Lodi used to have like 2 beer taps?
No.
They had like Budweiser and like Coors Light. Yeah, like you could get it because I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I
around
was a
Lent,
kid when,
around Lent, all the Catholics had that shit popping. Around Lent, I had to work every Sunday, like no shit, and I was 15
That
when I
one
started
month?
working there because I'm from the 90s where you could get a work permit and start working when you're like 7. Yeah, so I worked there for a month. It was clean as fuck. My work permit, I couldn't work past 10. They had me there till
You
1
worked
in
on
the
the one on
morning.
Lodi Ave?
Yeah, on Lodi Avenue. They had me there till 1 in the morning. That manager didn't give a shit. She's like, bitch, these floors need to be scrubbed. It was so clean. It was the cleanest shit I've ever worked in. And I worked in restaurants till I was 30-something years old. Yeah.
That's
so my
crazy.
actual first job was that. But I was there a month and I was like, fuck this shit. I started working at Cottage Bakery, which now is 2 other businesses. But they used to have that whole building. Not the Cottage Bakery, the plant. I worked at the one that had like the restaurant.
The plant is on Stockton, right?
Yep. The other ones were Dancing Fox and Shangri-La is. That used to
it's
be
down there?
one building.
Okay.
And it was a restaurant, a deli, and then the bakery. And that shit was lit. Like I used to run up to the back door, like I'd get off on Friday nights and be like, hey, let me get a I was like, what's happening? Like, let me get a full pizza. And there's this Indian dude, Sam, that worked there. This older man. He had a family. He loved me because I'd always make him laugh. I'd be like, Sam, let me get a large pepperoni to go for my friends. I'm about to go drink. And he'd be like, okay. He'd make me a fucking they had wood-fired pizza in the 90s. That shit took
They were the first ones, man.
The first ones. I'm telling those owners of College Bakery were not fucking around. That food was hella bomb. And I would take a whole large pizza to my friends, like, nah, who wants a slice? Give me a beer. Nah, And that was our first job. Yeah. I made friends. Like, I worked there with, like, my cousin Sierra. She worked there. Her sisters worked there. Hell of us worked there. That was my favorite. That's probably one of my favorite jobs to this day.
That's awesome.
Okay, what was your first job?
My first job was Mervin's.
Dude, I fuck with Mervin's.
If any...
Layaway at Christmas?
That kind of like... There was layaway?
Hell yeah.
At Mervin's, there was not layaway.
Yes, there was. It was in the building when you know where the bathrooms are? There was gift wrap. That was also layaway.
I do not remember layaway. But I used to work like the fitting rooms, and then I was part of the merchandise crew, so we would like be in the back unloading the trucks. I loved it, actually.
Hey,
I worked with a bunch of stoners.
Is the bootleg Mervin's.
That's exactly
I'm going to say that shit again on record. Kohl's is the bootleg Mervin's.
Is only California?
I don't know, but they need to bring Mervin's back. I feel like we need to get a petition.
I'm cool with Mervin's.
Because I fucked with Mervin's so hard. You wouldn't get a second job there?
No. You mean like a fourth job? You wouldn't get a fourth job there?
I would work there one day a week with you. I would commute to a city I hate the most, El Grove, and I would work there with you.
This merchandise crew. I actually loved it. My Aunt Alice, actually, who just passed away, sorry to be a Debbie Downer on this episode, but she got me the job, and she worked there, and then her son worked there, and so we just like had a great, like, it was pretty awesome.
Keith?
Yeah, Keith worked there.
Dude, you and Keith, I feel like have worked everywhere together.
I know. That's good. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Ooh, what did you leave in 2021?
Well, we're still in 2021.
No, we're not.
It's January 5th.
Or January 4th.
Where the fuck are you? It's not June. It's January 5th, guys.
I'm in here.
It's not December 15th. What are we on?
I don't know.
Okay. It's not that date. It's January 5th. What did I leave? I left the need to please everybody.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Bye, bitches.
Boss. What did I leave? I left anything and anyone that does not serve me. Anybody that makes me question, bow down. Anybody that makes me even have a split second of question of who I am. I left them.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
See you next life. What has been the most positive part of creating this podcast? And then what is, I'm guessing, negative as well? Positive and negative part of creating this podcast.
Oh, well, there's a lot of positives for me. Positives, I get to hang out with you a lot. Talk to you all the time. I get to see Jeannie in action. Like, she always told me about this alleged audio engineering stuff. But she actually does it. She kills it. And without her, we couldn't do this.
We could. It just would sound like...
It still does. Sorry.
No, it doesn't. It sounds good. Other positives, I mean, every guest we've had. The people that have been on with us and been willing, I feel like we really haven't had... I think we've literally had one person that never messaged back that I knew personally that wasn't interested in being on an episode, and then we got a better LMFT that wanted a more experienced person to get on with us. So that's been the positives. Just the guest, like the episodes we have coming up with my cousin Veronica, and talking about childbirth and all these things that I've like asked people.
Aren't you so excited for like the next 10 episodes we have?
Like it's the when I think about the last 14 episodes we've done, and even just start like Mark kicked it off with just being so open and vulnerable. Also, funny story about my Christmas party, which I'm not going to get to in depth. I'm not going to incriminate anybody, but Mark got a lot of like positive feedback from being open. From, you know, there was a couple other people who were Filipino. They're
no longer Filipino.
They've changed, but that gave him so much positive feedback on Friday, just being a man and being willing to like be so vulnerable with his, you know, with his journey with his mental health, which by the way, we filmed that in I think July. And now
I
he's
don't
just
even know at this point.
me either. But
July sounds good.
I know. Let's just go with July. So yeah, just that's the positives. Just the people that are willing to open up, the people that are willing to like educate us, give us information. The negatives for me have been, I think, what I've been honest about with, like, I do think this is a common theme in my life where, because I'm super just, I actually had a coworker tell me today, her husband's like, Staci said this, ha ha ha, at the Christmas party. And she's like, she's very transparent. And I think that is, I'm very blunt and transparent and to the point. And I think a lot of people have known that about me, but I guess when it's on film or on record, film, I'm fucking 90, on I guess when it's on film, I guess
Anyone that's watching this on Spotify or listening to this on Spotify is like, what the fuck are they doing?
I guess when it's on record, it doesn't sound as good as it does in person. So that's been the negative.
By the way, this is the most we've had to drink while doing a podcast.
Ever. We actually really don't try to drink.
We usually have one while we're...
Hey, this is our episode,
Yeah,
okay?
there you go. Q&A.
But that's been the negative for me, just people misconstruing the things I've said, taking the things that I've said personally, and or really, this is the key thing that's been the negative for me, really, really trying to misunderstand me. Not trying to understand me, but trying to just lump me into like a villain. I've had that happen my whole life where people just try to make me the villain. Like I told Melissa, like, people are going to listen to you and you could say the exact same thing as me and they're gonna be like, oh, Melissa's so cute. And with me, they're like, gosh, she's such a bitch. Like, you know, so I think people trying to make me the villain, that's been like the negative of it. But the positives far outweigh.
For sure.
The negative is this much. Like I care and then I really get over it. So what about you?
I mean, the positives, just like hearing all of the stories that we've heard, having people just so supportive. Like I knew we had a supportive crew and like people around us and community, but after doing this and like hearing people, I mean, like I'll get random messages that are like, hey, I love what you guys are doing. And it's like, even on days where we feel like, what the fuck are we even doing? You know, and then like something will come through, a message will come through and I'm like, oh, that's what we're doing. Like,
yeah, I feel like we don't know what the fuck we're doing 99% of the time.
100% of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that it's been just like so amazing. And I feel like just before we started today, I was telling you, like, I feel like if you listen to like even episode 1 or 2 and then you listen to the most recent episodes, like I feel like our perspectives have changed, perception on certain things have changed. And it's like, that's what I wanted. Like we need to see this evolution of like human beings learning and unlearning and relearning. And like, that's the whole point of all of this. And so that's been like something I've been feeling super blessed about lately. And I feel positive about. The negative, I think, really the only negative
listening to me cry.
No, I would say the only negative is like when people want to assume that there's something else in it for us, you know. And there was only one incident, but it kind of sat with me and it's a recent one, so it's like
today.
Today. So it's like, you know, I think I need to just let that go in general. Like I know what we're doing. I know why we're doing it. And so people are going to think and do whatever they want to do. But I'm also like a sensitive person. And so I don't like people potentially thinking a certain thing about me or
I mean, listen,
us.
I also fucking think like, yes, the maybe first 100 episodes we do, the first 10 episodes we've done, the first 3 episodes we've done, our whole intention was like, hey, we love each other. We want to hang out. We are both like in this life to like make a difference, even though we're very different people. Let's create a podcast where we're going to like make another man feel okay to talk about his mental health and make other people feel okay about being first gen or being undocumented. That's where our intention and our heart is.
Yeah.
The shitty part is like, yeah, maybe 100 episodes in, if a sponsor comes in and is like, hey, let me pay you for what you're doing because you put in way more time in this than I do. So 99% of the time I just show up and like say the most.
I agree with this.
And say the most outlandish shit.
My bags agree with this as well.
But you know what I mean? So it's like, how the fuck do people like Tana, whatever the fuck her name is, like have a podcast and talk some just straight bullshit about dumb shit that's doing nothing that contributes to the better of our society and get paid millions of dollars? You know what I mean? So fuck you to the people that think that we don't deserve at some point. I'm not saying now. I'm not saying we're that important, but deserve to get paid to talk about bullshit when we're genuinely coming from a good place of doing shit for free to like try to be like, hey, listen, you feel some type of way about your mental space. Guess what? This person does too. And we're going to put them on fucking
Down a whole different road.
we're going to put them on film. But you know what I mean? Like that's
I
where
wasn't talking about getting paid, but I think just in general. Like,
but that's my point. Like
I
there's
think
so
people
many
just
dumb
assuming
influencers.
that, yeah, people thinking that this is like for any other reason than to like really build community, you know.
Yeah, too. I'm not gonna be mad at a little cheddar cheese either.
Fucking somebody donate to Staci. All right, carry on.
Okay. Ooh, in what ways will I take better care of myself in 2022?
I mean, I guess I should just piggyback off of that last one and stop giving so much of shit. Like, recognize what I'm bringing to the table and what I'm trying to accomplish, and not get hung up on what other people think or feel or say. So
I feel like you've
stay
done really
true
well in
and
2021 at saying no.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've been really working on.
You have. You're killing it.
Thank you.
I don't like it, but you're killing it.
It doesn't serve you.
Just kidding.
But that's a big thing too for me, like
Yeah. saying
no, because I say yes to everything. And there's still a lot of work, I think, for me to do there. I mean, daily you talk to me about like you need to set boundaries.
No, because I do feel like you're where I was like 5 years ago, or not even 2 years ago, when I was just like, no, I have so many groups of friends, my restaurant friends, my school friends, I want to do this, and I want to be the person in my school that, you know, and there's sometimes you got to just be like, no, like I can't. I need to literally lay on my couch for 16 hours. Leave me the fuck alone.
In your PJs.
100%. What was the question?
What do you want to leave in?
I threw it. Something. Oh,
2021?
No. What do you want to do in 2022? I do think my goal for 2021 was to tap more into my divine feminine, right? Men and women, we all have a feminine and a masculine equal. A lot of men just go to the masculines. We call them douches. And then we have a lot of women that just go full feminine. I don't say anything negative about that. But I think I pull more masculine because I've always had to, from a young age, be strong. And I don't like that. I don't think I should have had to be strong as a child. I think children should just be children. So a lot of what I really worked with my therapist, my healer, was trying to tap more into my divine feminine. Heather told me I'm doing a great job. So I'm happy about that. I do want to carry that into 2022, but we are technically in 2022.
I want to carry that into January 5th, 2022.
But what I really want to focus on, and I hate to put this on record because God, I'm so bad, but I need to be better about my physical. I'm not saying go to the gym all the time,
but just feel healthier.
But just every day, take a walk.
Cardio, babe.
Yeah, take a walk. So yeah, I think it's my turn. I need to be better about that. What's the best advice you've ever received? Ooh, I got a good one for this.
Best advice I've ever received?
Mm-hmm.
You can go first if you know.
My cousin Ann, I've actually told her the story. There's two. My cousin Ann told me, she is a super boss bitch. She asked me at my high school graduation party. She said, what's your plans? Like, what are you doing? And I remember thinking like, God damn, like, I don't fucking know. I just want to drink this beer behind, a car that you don't know about and move on my day. But she said, are you going to go to college? I said, I don't know. College isn't really for me. I don't really, we'll see. And she said, this is what you're going to do. You're either going to go to college and get a degree and work half as hard, or you're going to work 14 to 16 hours a day to make up for the degree that you don't have. And obviously this is in the 90s. It's a little different now. But I remember that always impacting me and being like, yeah, I would rather just grind for like 4 or 5 years. And then, I didn't necessarily take that advice because I went to college in my 30s. But yeah. And then my Uncle Jim, he also gave me great advice. He told me, before he treats himself to anything at the end of the day, whether that be wine, a drink, cannabis, whatever it is that you're into, ice cream bar, whatever. He said, I go to work every day. I get up, I go to work every day. I pay my bills. I make sure my house is clean. I make sure I moved my body today. My Uncle Jim's just like the dopest person. I swear. I wish you guys could meet him because you will, but he's so cool. And he said, and then when I sit down at night, I do whatever my little indulgence is. But he was like, that's how I look at life. You treat yourself to whatever it is you deserve at the end of the day after you take care of all your responsibilities. And that wasn't just I go to work. It was like I make sure my body was moved. I nourish myself with a good meal. I make sure my house is in order. You know, that type. And I was like, damn, that really sat
Mind,
with
body,
me.
and soul.
Straight up. That shit really sat with me my whole life. So my cousin Ann, my Uncle Jim, they really gave me some good advice.
I don't know. As you were talking, I was trying to think and listen to you, but I would say when I was on my retreat, just something that just kept coming up was like how, I know it's like cliche, but how like this too will change, right? This too will pass. So it's like every moment, no matter what we're feeling or experiencing, like every moment will change. Like it's going to change. So like moment to moment, like everything changes. And so I could be pissed right now at something, but just sit with it, observe it, and then move on. Like it's not going to, you're not going to be pissed for the rest of your life. You're not going to be sad. There's sad things that happen all the time.
Yeah.
You're not going to just be sad for the rest of your life. So it's like, just feel the feelings as they come. And then, you know, another feeling is going to come, or another emotion's going to come, or another moment's going to come. And so it's like, don't just get so... you know, don't let that moment drown you.
I love that. I think that's great advice
Kind of
for other
ad-libbed
people.
to it, but
No, that is really
but
good advice.
moment to moment, everything changes, and so just don't get too hung up on one thing.
All right, love it. Jeannie, I might need you to hand me a
Some
beer.
of these are very large.
Listen, some of them, people don't have cutting skills.
If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you had done?
I mean, I
know
like...
the answer for you.
What?
No, go ahead.
I feel like I don't feel like my family would. I feel like they'd be baffled because they'd be like, "There's a list of shit I could assume she did: vandalism, assault, shrieking, drunk in public, fucking mooning a cop." There's so many things. My mom would never. My mom would literally answer the phone like, "What bail money do I need?" I was a bad kid. She says to this day.
But now your family would be shocked. If you got arrested, well, I know what they...
I promise you, my mom would not be shocked. I
don't know about... Shocked was a little extreme.
Yeah, my mom would be like, Staci, like, this is such an inconvenience. Are you serious? Dude, my mom is the ride or diest bitch I've ever met in my life. Like, it wouldn't even be a question of what did you do? It'd be a question of what is it going to take for me to like, help you fix this?
My answer for you is going to be... finally getting caught up with fucking putting your hands on someone.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what mine would be. Could you even imagine me getting arrested?
I feel like yours would be like being naked in public.
Something odd like that.
Like exhibitionist.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that.
Yeah. I feel like that's what yours would be.
Having a tit out.
Ooh, what do I need to accept about myself and the... oh, that's the other half of the question. And the other people in my life.
Oh, what do I need to accept about myself and the other people in my life?
I feel like we keep throwing them and then we forget what the question is.
Yeah, we should probably hang on to it for a second.
There we go.
What do I need to accept about myself and the other people in my life? That perfection does not exist.
Okay. What about the other people in your life?
Perfection does not exist.
Unless she's sitting right in front of you.
Hello.
What do I need to accept about myself? I need to accept that I have a personality that rubs people the wrong way, and that
your personality rubs people the right way too.
Hey. And also,
her phone number is 2.
But also, I need to not to say it's everybody else's thing, but I need to accept that sometimes people are just gonna not like me, and that's okay, right?
I need to accept that too. I think.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Like I've said it a million times. I don't give a fuck if people like me or not. But I think specifically in work, when I hear some like negativity about me, I get real offended because I'm like, you don't see how hard I'm trying with like our job and these kids and what we're doing. Sometimes people are just in their own negative space, and they're not gonna have anything positive to say about you. And I'll tell you what, in my Long John Silver's days to now, I have had somebody hate me at every single job I've ever worked. Every job I've ever worked. So I'm like, shit. Sometimes maybe it's me, but like, no, I think sometimes people just really don't like my approach, You know, my sister's been pretty open about that, where it's like, dude, sometimes your approach is intense. And I'm like, I don't know. That's just who I am. Other people in my life, I think I need to accept that sometimes the support that I need isn't always the support other people need. Because I feel like I could be a little overbearing sometimes, where I'm like, you okay? You good? You good? And sometimes people are like, leave me the fuck alone. You know?
Here's your baba.
Yeah. Oh, like my little baby sis.
What can you remember about your first kiss?
Oh, I remember every damn thing.
Was it good?
It was horrible.
Okay.
It was Paul Cram, 7th grade, in this girl Kathy's laundry room. Everybody, all my friends knew I like loved him, and they were like so outspoken. Yes, and made it happen. My first girl, I don't remember my first girl kiss. I was probably drunk in Santa Barbara. Who knows? My first kiss with a girl that I liked, amazing. My first kiss with a man was 7th grade. It was fucking, I mean, we dated for a long time.
A man?
Yeah.
You dated
No,
a
he
man
was a 7th grader.
You dated a man in 7th grade?
He groomed me.
Let's get episode 16.
It was in 7th grade. Okay, what's yours?
Okay, mine was probably like 6th grade at least.
I
mean, he got in this at 14, so I don't know how old you are.
Wait, it was the same person?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm not mad at that.
All right, first kiss. It was like in some apartments, like apartment building, and it was behind like a back patio covering thing.
Yeah.
And it was like
a carport?
wet and like nobody knew what they were doing.
Yeah, that's literally what happened. I feel like it was like,
Yeah, that's it. If you could, yes, that's exactly what
it's
it
a
was.
physical
And he had
representation.
braces. It was like a
Oh,
whole thing.
girl. Paul Cram was fine, though. Everybody wanted him. So I was like, yeah, period. He kissed me, bitch. What movie can you watch over and over without getting tired of? Wedding Singer.
Well, one is My Girl that we talked about earlier, and then Free Willy.
You like paid. Free Willy?
Yes, dude.
Stop.
Free
That's the
Willy.
only movie that kid ever made, because it just was so sad. They were like, fuck this well.
You
That's
know what?
it.
Another one is Speed, though. First of all, I love Sandra Bullock more than
yeah.
life itself, I think.
And Keanu Reeves.
I mean, yes, he's a very good human, but Sandy B, come on.
That is a really good movie. I feel
I
like
know.
I never watched that, but that's a great
Speed
movie.
is really. I watched it many, many times in my.
You know what movie I also like
Adolescence.
a lot is Twister.
Oh yeah, that was really
Like
good.
anytime,
Helen Hunt, dude.
yeah, anytime
Yes.
Twister's on TBS, because you know TBS be playing the shit out of movies, and I'm
Hey,
like,
they got the slaps, as the kids say.
she just.
Hey, peanut gallery, you can't be laughing back there.
Okay, but Twister. Also, I used to like Knocked Up until VH1 played that shit out. Now I'm over it.
Yeah,
I'm picking
TBS.
another one. Fuck TBS. They play movies out. What drives you to keep doing what you do? I mean, in life or at your job?
That's heavy, huh?
Yeah, that is heavy.
What drives me?
What drives you to keep doing what you
probably-
do in your life?
In general, I think just trying to make. I mean, this is gonna sound corny as fuck, just FYI, but like make the world a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Okay. I think if I'm going to answer this from my job perspective, my students. Honestly, my students, but like a lot of it. Hold on, guys. Jeannie's giving me a beer. She's trying to be really quiet. A lot of.
I feel like we're just partying on this episode.
Love it. A lot of it, I think what drives me to do what I do is my parents. Like the parents that actually really want to make a difference for their kids.
Yeah.
Like I love advocating for them, and they're dope. And it's fun. I mean, I work with preschool kids. It's so
I was gonna
fun.
say I love that you get to work with preschool kids because it's like the beginning of who they can become.
Their personalities are ridiculous. When people are like, "Oh, you work with preschool kids? Like, what do you paint all day?" I'm like, you don't even know. These kids are ridiculous funny.
Staci sent us a video of a kid twerking the other day in class.
It was the best.
What did 2021 teach me about myself?
I feel like we covered that.
Yeah.
Scratch that shit. Next question. That's a repeat.
What's your cure for hiccups?
Hold my breath.
Hold your breath.
Yep.
So mine is like hold my breath, but then when I feel like a hiccup's gonna come, then I gotta take a swallow of water.
What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. I didn't know that was an actual thing.
Yeah. Heather, our friend Heather, said you need to put your head off the side of like a couch or bed, put a rag and pour water over the rag.
I
It was
feel
a
like
whole
I would
thing.
just deal with hiccups at that point.
Seriously, that seems like a lot to do.
Yeah,
but
like at that point, it's just like, fuck it. When the shit passes,
she
it passes.
did the whole thing for me. But yeah, I just hold my breath, and then right when I feel like a hiccup's gonna come, then I'll take a drink of water.
Okay, got it. What inanimate object would be the most annoying if it played loud, upbeat music while being used?
Vibrator.
Oh, I feel like mine is so loud though. That's the annoying part.
It doesn't play loud, upbeat music.
That's true.
By the way, we have the same one, so I know. We shop together.
Fuck, that's a great. I'm gonna take that answer because that's yeah.
I need to get in the zone.
What
man.
if it always just played Guns N' Roses? November Rain.
Purple. What if it's purple
That's Prince.
rain?
What's wrong with this?
What does your perfect day look like?
Day?
Yeah,
I
not
was
date.
like, did
day.
we cover that?
Probably
Perfect
the
day.
same as your date.
Yeah, perfect day. Yeah. Whatever I said for my date part.
Pajamas?
But we're waking up at 10, walking to the Trade, my favorite coffee shop in Sac, getting coffee that they took all the calories out of. Literally walking aimlessly, no objective, stumbling into like a fucking cool vinyl shop or boutique or thrift store, and ending up at the museum that actually, like, I like the Crocker, but sometimes their exhibits are whack. They actually have something I like, and then like finding a little hole in the wall cafe that I like, have a beer, people watch, and eat a really good sandwich. That's my perfect day. And then coming home and Kate has a fire going and a roasted chicken in the she's not even here. She's not here at all.
She just had
I
all
wanna
that
be by
ready.
myself.
She had all that
But there's
ready
a
for you.
blazing
Wait, no,
fire.
she's in her room. Kate's in her room.
There's a blazing fire, a bit higher love big trees candle,
Yes.
and a roasted chicken
You
in
have
the
to have
oven.
a higher love big trees candle. My
And a
perfect
big old
day.
fatty rolled.
I think I had pretty much a perfect day at our last camping trip. Wake up early.
I can't, ever since I saw that thing Jeannie sent.
I'm notorious for waking up early on vacation. Wake up
Sweeping
early.
the floor multiple times.
Wake up early. Go on a hike. We stopped on a little tree and journaled and just reflected on life.
You and Marcus and I.
And then just like going back and
Got a good coffee.
got a good coffee. Oh, I had a good hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like hung out at the cabin. I think just having like nature around us, and
I honestly feel like days 1 through 3 of our cabin trips are always my perfect days.
yeah.
Day 4 and 5, I'm like, fuck these people. I need to get out of here.
It's
But
been
like
too
one,
long.
and I'm always the one that would stay the longest because I just want to like
You're over
capitalize on the time. But like days 1 through 3 are always perfect.
Yeah.
Because day 1 we turn up, right, and then day 2 it's like let's do all the nature shit, and then like we sit in the hot tub for 50 hours. Like,
Oh.
it's my favorite.
Oh yeah, and then the rest of the day in the hot tub. For
yeah,
sure.
exactly.
That was perfect.
Most annoying emoji. I know what this is 100%.
You can answer because I'm not annoyed by emojis.
I am the thumbs up. I hate the thumb. It's so.
You know what you're gonna be
It's
getting
so
from me.
condescending. It's so condescending. I'm picking another one.
You're gonna get that one from me for sure.
Ooh, what was the best thing that happened to you today? This is a great question for today for me.
Today, honestly, Joey sending like me walking into your house today, and Joey had this cute little note that said, "Congrats on our 15th episode with my favorite beer, your beer, and some gummy bears."
Yeah, honestly, the whole day. Like, my classroom was chill. We had a super fun Christmas party. Kate, my friend Katie and I of the social committee, we planned like a scavenger hunt, and everybody was into it. My admin was doing it. Our janitor came back and did it. Like, everybody was super into it. I literally thought I was gonna get tackled because I was one of the clues, but it was like the food was great. The team building was fun. Everybody kept like, "Oh, this is so fun, Staci. We need to do this again." And then getting to spend the night with you, and then also Joey and Chanel sending us that stuff. Like, it couldn't be a better day.
Yeah.
And then I'm a little lit, so.
I'm getting Lucy. All right. What's the saddest scene in a movie or TV series?
We covered this. Thomas J.
Yeah, that's my exact one. I'm not even kidding. Anytime anyone has ever asked me anything,
He can't see without his glasses.
remotely like that, yes. God, and then when she's like peeking in
Dude.
from the like funeral parlor, and he's in the
Dude, how bomb
casket.
is Jamie Lee Curtis in that movie too, though?
know.
Love her.
She's fine, huh?
She is.
All right, what is one thing you regret saying on this podcast?
Nothing.
Same.
Not a damn thing. I own it. It's my
I
authentic.
probably said things that I'm like eking at, but at the same time, that was how I showed up in that moment. So
yeah, I feel like we both had moments where we've called each other like, oh shit, like maybe blah blah blah. But it's like I was my authentic self in that moment, and
that's how I showed up.
I spoke from truth. What is the most embarrassing moment in your entire childhood?
I got one.
Go.
Hold on, let me think if that was the most embarrassing.
I have it.
I don't know how old I was. My memory sucks. For everyone that knows me, my memory sucks. And Heather, if you're watching this is one of my best friends from childhood. She has to remember things for me.
Yeah, she has a fucking still like what?
She remembers everything. She remembers my life and her life. But I probably was like, let's say 1st or 2nd grade, because that seems less embarrassing. But I was on the bus for school and I had to pee so bad. And I peed on the bus. I didn't tell anybody. And there was just pee. I was just pee on my seat. And I got off and fucking walked home.
How was that embarrassing? Nobody even knew it was you.
Probably. I mean, like, there's probably piss all over my pants.
Did you pull? Oh, cause your pants. Did you pull your pants down?
I don't think so. I don't remember. I'm sure I peed through my pants. Like, they would be like, "Who's this naked fucking kid in the back of the
Why does Alice have any pants on? Why is she covered in urine?
But I remember, like, the thing that I do vividly remember is, like, looking back at the seat and the seat being hella
There's a
wet.
puddle of piss.
Yes. Yeah. And then walking home as fast as humanly possible.
Damn. Yeah, that's pretty fucking embarrassing. Okay, mine is my cousin gave me hand-me-down shoes in the 6th grade, and we had to run sprints in PE. And I fucking was the first. I raced this dude, Ryan Kirkham, who, first of all,
Ryan, you fucking blasted his whole name.
I don't care. He knows. He's my friend on Facebook. He was my neighbor across the street forever, like half my life. And dude couldn't run for shit, right? I was an athlete. He couldn't run for shit, and I fucking fell. It was like clown shoes, way too big. I fucking fell flat on my face, and my whole entire 6th grade class was I went to school with this 90% of like kindergarten to 6th grade. Like Lodi's small, right? Yeah. And I literally fell on my face, and then I was like, I'm fine. I'm going to go to the bathroom, and fucking sobbed my eyes out in the bathroom because I was so embarrassed. Because I was like, how did I fall straight in my face? My knees hurt, and this fucker Ryan Kirkham beat me. I was pissed.
What an asshole.
I feel like it's not
Ryan
my
Kirkham.
turn. Yeah, he'll know. Okay. Oh, God. How can I better manage my reaction to my feelings? You mean not call Melissa and Joey and emotionally dump on them?
How can I better
manage my reaction to my feelings?
I think probably just take more of a beat. Take a moment. I think sometimes just as human beings we can be reactive and emotional, and it's like those are all fine, but like being emotional is fine. There's nothing negative about that, but I think just taking a beat to like really observe why you're feeling a certain way, or you know what's triggering that. Yeah, that's my answer.
No, I agree with that. I think just like feeling my feelings, but also just like being in solitude for a minute and not going crazy. I was like, is that the last one? Dude.
2 more?
3 more.
2 more. Okay. What is the strangest thing you've ever seen a stranger do in public?
Shit on my porch. Take a literal dump. I mean, actually, no, that's not true. I've seen strangers take dumps in other places. I'm pretty sure if somebody was taking a dump on my porch and I saw it, I'd probably kick him in the butthole. So no, just take a shit in public.
Mine's kind of gross too. Like, and this is gonna sound really bad, but like I've seen a lot of people's private parts in public for some reason.
Like
There's
how?
this dude. I mean, this is very predatory, by the way. When I was little, I know this is turning into something else, but like, fucking
do I need to call Chris?
Erect wiener like out while kids are walking home from school.
That's horrible.
I know. That's, I mean, strange though too, right? And then I was in San Francisco one time, and this lady fucking, it was like a homeless lady. She was just chilling, and her fucking legs were all spread eagle, and her vag was just like completely out.
I don't know if I prefer mine or yours.
Shit or hard erect fucking
I mean,
penis
think
as a
about
kid.
somebody just like squat. You're like walking by, you have a lovely dinner, and then somebody's just squatted down, like out here on the grass, just soft serving shit. That I've seen that more times than I can
Babe.
fucking count. Okay, final question. Ooh, this is a really good one to end on. Who showed up for me? Let's add this year. And how can I nurture those relationships
Who showed up for me and how can I nurture those relationships?
this year? Who showed up for me this year?
I mean, everybody. You show up for me all the time.
Yeah, everybody's
You show
pretty
up
general.
for me. Jeannie, Joey, Chanel. I just like there's all kinds of people. My mom. I don't know. I think my unit. I would say like you show up for me all the time, and it's something that I mean, if we want to end soppy here, I think that our friendship has just gotten stronger this last year, and then doing this
100%.
with you has been such a blessing and like so exciting. And I think that we are completely different humans, and that's what's so beautiful about this. And so, I don't know.
Well, which is so weird because I do feel like, I mean, mine's way insignificant compared to yours, but in the last, no, yeah, it was 2020. We both went through major breakups in 2020, right? Like yours was on 1,000 times more significant than mine, but
Not necessary. I mean,
no, it was, let's be
but
honest.
mine ended in a beautiful way though, because my ex is in the same
Yeah,
room with
yeah.
me, and it's
Listen,
turned
my
into-
ex would be in this room too if I allowed him to, but fuck that.
He's not allowed in here.
Hell no. He's never allowed
She's
back.
cool.
He's never allowed back in my life. But we both did go through, you know, major breakups the end of 2020, COVID, and then, you know, everything else that went on. And I feel like when I say people have shown up for me, and we've talked about this a lot, it's not just people being like, oh man, like that's hard, and you know, let's go to dinner one day and like talk about it. It's the people who like, you know, you guys are going through grief right now. It's the people that are like, hey, how are you doing today? And you know, how can I support you today? And what can I do to help your family? Like, I've been really even friendships that weren't strong last year, like those people still in my lifetime have shown up for me. And you know, when people in my family have passed, they've shown up with casseroles, or they've shown up with a card, or they've just been like, let me help you. And there's been a lot of people, and I always think about the first people I call when I'm having a moment. It's always like you, Joey, Mark, where I'm like, I'm having a moment that I need to be like talked off a ledge, and like I need you to be here for me. Because I think for me personally, that's always hard to just be like, I need you to be here for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm always the person that's there for everybody, but sometimes I'm like, no.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, I just need, like, I need to cry and not be judged and have unconditional love and feel supported in this moment. And sometimes you are emotionally dumping on people. I'm trying to be better about just calling somebody and be like, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to be better about, like, can you talk? But sometimes it's hard when I'm just having a moment or a day and I'm like, I can't even think about how you're feeling. I need to literally just, like, get this out of my mouth.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. I feel like you guys have really shown up for me, and that's before this podcast.
Yeah.
So that's
Definitely
the best.
at least all of this year and beyond. But my main people that I like call on, and I think you and I, this is something that we do share in common, is we play that role of the savior almost. That sounds really strange. That was probably like a bad word to use, but like we come in and fixer is probably
the fixer.
We're the fixer. Like we come in and we are like, let's handle it. Let's
Yeah.
fix it. But
we
then,
can like rationalize, like, let's do this,
and so people call on us to do that,
Yeah.
and it could be a heavy load to carry sometimes when that's your responsibility and your family and your friend
Yep.
group or whatever. And so I think that our friendship is very beautiful because it's just this like teeter-totter of like, okay, how are you feeling today? What are you feeling? So it's like this back and forth, and we can give and take, and it's not always just like, you know, giving.
And there's no guilty. There's no like feeling guilty about like some days I'm taking more than I'm giving, you know? And some people what I have learned this last year especially is some of the friendships I thought would be in my life, my whole life, not to knock those people, because there's a lot of years of beautiful things and being there for me when I really needed that, you know? And sometimes things end and it's not always negative. It's their time. But what I have taken away from those situations is sometimes people sell themselves better than they show up. And, you know, when you really
the talk, but
they
don't
talk
walk
the
walk.
talk. They're great communicators. They're all these things. And sometimes it's like, well, I think I served a purpose, literally served a purpose in your life, and now I'm of no use to you, or I'm in a different phase of my life and you don't know where I fit in. So maybe I'm not going to be somebody that's going to be important to you anymore. And that's equally as hurtful, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that like a lot of people in our group were single people where we don't, it's like 50-50 where like half of us have kids and are married and the other half of us are like, don't care about marriage, don't really want to have kids. And I'll say like in our group, I've never felt any pressure to like have kids, to be married, to like that I'm different. I think in our group, everybody just really accepts us for who we are.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a beautiful thing, you
It's
know?
very beautiful.
We're really
so
lucky.
blessed.
We're really lucky.
We're blessed.
So anyway, it's 2022 in the future. And I'm super happy to have done this episode, obviously alongside you with one of my other besties watching. And yeah, I hope we answered everybody's questions.
Thank you all for sending these in too. Like that, just your engagement and support in anything that we're trying to do and roll out has been like so beautiful, and we appreciate all of you.
Yeah, and stay tuned. We have some really cool I don't want to keep saying fundraiser because that sounds very
It's more
like we're selling C's candy.
It's like community events.
Yeah, we want to do some community events. We have stuff coming up in February with somebody we really love. We're hoping to do something really cool in the summer. Well, I don't want to give too many details. We'll talk about
Somebody
it
else we love.
with a couple other people we love. But yeah, we'll talk about it. Thank you so much, specifically to my cousin Chris, obviously Joey and Chanel, my cousin Sis, and people that really had that every time we posted about questions really engaged with us. So we love y'all. Thank you for watching. Cheers.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Life is a beautiful mess.
I love that
Beautiful
episode.
mess. Yes, life is a beautiful mess. A beautiful mess.